All right, everybody, Touchstone Showcase. We're thrilled to be here for one of our first few video interviews, and we're thrilled to be joined today by Caroline Madison. Caroline, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
And thank you for joining us. And Ashley Byrne, thank you so much for being here and for hosting us.
Thank you.
So we wanted to just lead off, Caroline, with you're a venture capital and private equity advisor, right?
Yes.
And it's a long title.
Yes.
But why don't you go ahead and just tell us your story, including who or what influenced you to get into the business that you're in.
Yes, okay. Absolutely. I would love to do that. So yes, I'm currently an investment advisor. I've been in the financial services industry for over 15 years in many different capacities of the industry. So I've done, research. I was in institutional equity sales. I've been on the lending side. So it really gives me a very broad, a way to help all of my investors. I was a wealth manager, dabbled in private equity and venture capital for a while as a consultant, which I love, helping some of the largest companies raise capital. My partners were part of some of the biggest exits to date, including Airbnb, Uber, Bumble, and just really helping people invest in companies that are going to make a huge impact in this world, which is incredible, and I love it. Very thrilling. I recently just took on a position with Rockefeller Capital Management, which I'm really
Congratulations. We're going to do, you can't hear it, but a round of applause there for that.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Thank you. Very, very exciting. So how did I get into finance? That is such a great question because everybody
You're a little
who knows
girl.
me is you are such a fashionista. I cannot, most people when they meet me, they're like, oh, what do you do for work? You must be a hairstylist. And I'm like, no,
really?
Actually,
people say that?
They think I'm a makeup artist or a hairdresser.
I know. That smile.
Well, not
everything.
people who actually really know me, because I think most people who know me are you're brilliant and it's inevitable that you're going to be in this position. But a lot of people who just meet me for the first time have no idea. Yeah. And it's interesting to me because I do love fashion and all the things. Yeah. I originally got into the business from a very young age. I started off.
That was my prediction. That's what I was trying to say.
From a very young age.
As a young person.
Yes, and I'm blessed because I've worked for some of the most incredible firms and prestigious firms in the world. So very lucky for that. But I got into finance honestly because I just always lived this luxurious lifestyle, and I was like, I need to make enough money to support my lifestyle. Yes. And as I got into the business and started learning more about investing and just being surrounded by some of the most incredible people and learning so much, I did really well. I bought a condo in the South End.
Congratulations. We're going to do some cheers for that.
When I was only 24 years old, on my own. And a lot of people, after I did that, they were saying, wow, that's incredible. How did you do that?
And where did you grow up?
So I grew up in the Boston area.
Okay.
I grew up in Brookline and Newton, and then I moved to Cambridge, lived in Cambridge for a few years, and then moved to the South End really young, and then bought a condo. So I grew up in this area, but I've lived all over the world. Did you go to school here too? I did, yes. I went to UMass Boston. And so interestingly enough, I actually worked in finance from such a young age that I worked full-time while going to school part-time.
Good for you.
Which was hard. It was really difficult. I worked my way up in finance. And once I started to become really successful and people started saying wow, that's incredible. You bought a house at such a young age. Help me. I want to learn. What do I invest in? What do I do with my bonus this year? I really want to, apparently I was inspiring a lot of people. And that is when I found my true purpose in what I do. Originally, I got into the business because I wanted to support my luxurious lifestyle, but then eventually I came to find out that what I was learning was so incredible, and so many people need help with their finances, and being able to give back and help others, right? That's my true purpose on this planet. And so that's when I became really in love with what I do.
Great energy, Ashley. Right? Great energy.
I told you.
I'm all ramped up and excited right now. I want to run through a wall.
I think it's your smile.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm just ready to go. Ready to make some money, ready to have some fun.
But you know what I
love it.
I loved hearing about where you lived and sort of all your different experiences. Will you tell us a little bit about what was your favorite place to live?
Sure.
Tell the
Sort of
people.
the journey.
We hear you're a
Yeah.
global
yes.
traveler.
Yes. No, I love to travel. I've traveled all over. I've been to over 25 countries. I
Whoa.
haven't counted recently, but yeah, pretty exciting. But I've lived overseas, which was really an incredible experience. So, my husband at the time, I'm separated now, but he was in business school, and we did a lot of travel with that. He did a study abroad. We lived in Costa Rica for about 6 or 7 months, which was really interesting, to say the least.
Love
right?
Costa Rica.
When Costa Rica is a gorgeous, gorgeous country, really great experience, but it was awesome with the culture and just being someplace different. I spoke Spanish. They don't speak as much English there, right?
Ashley,
Right.
hablamos español. Sí, hablamos español.
sí,
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Bien.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really forced me to get outside my comfort zone,
Yep.
and it was an incredible experience. Loved Costa Rica. I actually lived in Thailand as well. Moved overseas, lived in Bangkok for about a year, which was just incredible as well. Like traveling through Asia and living just, again, submerged in the Asian culture, which I was actually raised Buddhist. So I felt at home. The people there are incredible, really peaceful.
Yep.
And yeah, being able to live in the city, which Bangkok is, I'm sure you've all seen The Hangover.
Yeah.
It's just, right? Just picture that and living there for a year. No, it wasn't that crazy. But yeah, and traveling to the islands on the weekends, being able to go to like some of the most gorgeous places in the world, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Samui, just really, really incredible. Blessed for that experience. Traveled to Singapore and Bali while I was there. It was a blast. Yeah. And then moving back to the US, I was like, wait, I don't have a personal driver and a maid that comes every day and 2 nannies anymore. Like, this is not, no. Like, I don't want to live in the US again. But yeah, it was a great experience, made so many friends, and it was wonderful.
So you speak Spanish?
I speak
still?
Spanish.
Fluently?
Not
fluent.
rusty.
Rusty.
Send me to Mexico and give me
Yep.
2 shots of tequila,
Yep.
and I'm Sofia Vergara.
Yep.
You cannot argue with me that I'm not. And I think I speak fluent Spanish, and
I love that answer.
it's fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about this new opportunity of an exciting career opportunity ahead of you here.
Yes.
What went into that decision making, and what are you most excited about right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, with my career in finance and everything I've done, like I said, I have such a broad range of things that I can help with. And a lot of my network and my investors are very sophisticated. I'm blessed to work with a lot of very ultra high net worth individuals. And what I found is that Morgan Stanley is a great firm. It really is, and I loved my experience there. But there's a lot that we couldn't do with venture capital and private equity, and any alternative investments, right? And so, so many people right now, there's a huge venture boom. Everybody's investing in alts, and a lot of people want to invest in these companies from the ground up and get involved early stage during the capital raise, right? Some of the biggest companies, like I said,
Absolutely.
Airbnb, Uber, Bumble, just so exciting. And
Yeah.
but it's high risk, and not everybody can afford the risk, but a lot of my investors can, and traditional firms can't really do that type of business. And so I was really strategic with this move. I really wanted to work for one of the top firms with a great reputation, who were able to really give my investors the resources and access, I would say, to some of the best investments. And I'm very grateful. I was being recruited by 4 of the top firms in the country.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Shout out. Can't hear it.
And again, I the level of exclusivity that Rockefeller Capital provides, and access and the resources. Just an incredible firm, working with the best team, I would say, in the country. Maybe I'm being biased, but
Yep.
just an incredible group of people. And the other advisors that I work with, combination of 90 years of experience in the industry, just really being able to provide people with the best of the best, which is what I'm really excited about.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Caroline has a book coming out.
Oh, wow.
Which
How did we bury the lead on that
I'm really excited about. Why don't you tell us about that?
Tell us about the book.
That was
I
an
am so
amazing
excited.
accomplishment during COVID.
Seriously,
Oh,
congratulations.
yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no.
It's like our book tour promotion episode. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I decided about 2 years ago that I wanted to write a book.
Good for you.
Thank you. And I did it during COVID while working and being a single mom and taking care of 2 kids.
That's all.
And yeah, and you know.
What's it about?
So it is it's a women's guide. It's
Yep.
an inspirational book, and it's about unleashing your ultimate potential.
Yeah, I love that.
It's mindset focused. The book is about uncovering, really identifying limiting beliefs, what your beliefs are,
Yep.
and uncovering any limiting beliefs that you might not even be aware that you have when it comes to money, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to everything in life, right? Our belief system. And it stems from what we were taught growing up as children, our surroundings, and all the things. And I take this from a point of experience, right? So I've been in the financial services industry my entire career. I've seen, the poorest of the poor, and I've seen, the richest of the rich. And what really differentiates the two is your mindset.
Yep.
And so this book is about, again, uncovering any limiting beliefs that you might not be aware that you have and rewiring your brain for success.
I love that.
I know.
I'm inspired. I'm more inspired. We were inspired earlier. We're inspired again.
That's sort of how we believe our business.
Absolutely.
Is.
Absolutely. No, it's right in line.
Thank
I mean,
you.
that's a great book for our audience. I mean, we really try to target the sort of not entry level, but just past that, people, real estate professionals, financial professionals. So it's great advice for them to sort of, and mindset is a thing that affects everybody all day long, right?
Yes.
It's obvious, but
Yes.
We're constantly battling in our own heads. So
Absolutely.
that's terrific advice. And I feel like, what is it? Brian Buffini, who I love. I don't know if you guys know Brian Buffini, but he's always saying, motivation. Oh, it's who needs motivation or motivational books, and that do you need it every day? And it's always like, well, yeah, you need to shower every day too. So it's important, right? It's important every single day.
Totally.
So that's so exciting. And Ashley
Thank
definitely buried the
you.
lead on that. And that kind of leads very nicely to our next question, or just a quick highlight, I guess. When you sort of run into somebody on the street or meet somebody at an event, where do you tell people to find out more about you and your career and your background?
Yeah, I like to connect personally.
Yeah.
I am so
Well, now you
blessed
can
to-
shoot to this podcast too. The link on the podcast.
Yeah, no,
This
absolutely.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually.
so I like to connect personally. I mean, if there's alignment, I feel like everything happens for a reason. I met Ashley, and she's so incredible,
Wait,
and we
tell-
just connected.
tell the whole story.
This
Yeah.
is
This
a funny story, actually.
let's hear it.
So I was with some friends at the Harvard Tennis and Racket Club right on Boylston Street, just hanging out, having a couple drinks, and a friend of mine walks in, Michael Gale. I don't know if you know
give
who
him a
he is.
shout out.
Yes, he's incredible. I
Yep.
love Michael. I need to catch up with him soon. But he walks in and he's like, I'm going to this great art show. Who wants to come with me? And I love art. I'm very big into art. And I was like, oh, who is the artist? I want to see, let's, I'm really interested. And it turns out I knew who the artist was, Giovanni.
Yep.
Also, it just is such an
Big
incredible.
shout out to
Big
Giovanni.
shout out,
Big
Giovanni.
shout out. Yeah.
Long, we'll let it
He's
play.
wonderful. And I was like, oh my God, I love him. He's great. I know him personally. I totally want to go. So he's like, let's go. So my friends, I don't know, they weren't dressed for it, or they just weren't up to, they were like, we're hanging out, we'll see you later. So he and I just met Michael. I was like, I like you, whatever, whoever you are, I like you. I allowed this man to take me in.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, this is
You're very
probably not a
trusting
great,
there, geez, yeah.
By the way, it wasn't just an art party.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the best night of my life. No, I'm just kidding. It was very close to it. It was very fantastic. And so we go, and so he's like, it's a One Dalton. Let's go. It's the new residence, and which this building, this was my first time in the building. It is absolutely gorgeous. Love the Four Seasons residence. And we walk in, and Ashley is there hosting, just looking gorgeous as ever.
Oh, God. It was so fun.
And she was hosting, so it was a party that she was hosting, and the art was just incredible. And I met so many amazing people there. Really, really fun night. And she's obviously the hostess with the mostest.
Yep.
It was a real estate brokers event.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So it was a real estate event.
It was a real estate
and art.
event, yes. And there were a lot of agents there, and I met so many incredible people who I still stay in touch with, which was awesome. So yeah. Ashley, you're incredible, and I'm so glad that we met.
Well, it was funny because I didn't know Caroline's background, but at the end of the night, I said, oh my gosh, there's like all these like supermodels here at this
Yeah.
party. And it started out as a real estate brokers event, and it turned out to be like a Victoria's Secret modeling show. And Caroline was one of my Victoria's Secret models who I thought was there.
There were actually there was a whole group of models. I was not one of them.
I thought you were.
I'm grateful to have been put in that category with them. But no, so many awesome people. But yeah, when I meet people, I really love to connect. Whatever it is, through Instagram or website or LinkedIn or however, right?
Yep.
I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I've met people who, I talk to and have conversations with, who say, "Oh my gosh, I've been looking for a financial advisor," or "You know what, I'm in process of divorce and could really use some help." And so, I just directly, "Hey, whenever you need anything, let me know. If you need any advice or however I can walk you through it. If I can help, I can help. If I can't, I can't." So yeah, I'm a personal connector.
That's great. And you can make the connections for people regardless of their situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
What skills or habits would you credit for your success?
Skills and habits.
Yeah.
Wow. Good question. So I would say I like the 3 C's. I'm very caring.
Yep.
I think that a lot of what I do and why I'm successful and why I'm good at what I do is that I genuinely care. I want to see people succeed in whatever it is. I love that I can help with, retirement goals
Yep.
and providing for people's families and not just helping them build their empire, but really leaving behind a legacy for their family. I think that that's a huge thing, and people can genuinely feel that I actually care versus, somebody who might be trying to get them to invest in something because they're going to get a, commission for it or whatever, right? I actually, I put a lot of thought and energy and effort into, really seeing what people's needs are, and I care and want to see people succeed. So that's one. I have a lot of courage,
Yep.
right?
You definitely have a lot of courage.
Part
Definitely.
of it is like, I'm fearless in the pursuit of what brings me joy and happiness. And, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. So I go after whatever it is.
And the second best answer is always no. I love that answer.
Well,
Isn't that
everything
true?
happens for a reason.
True.
So if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
I think part of it is just, again, going for it. Why not? Right. And then confidence. I have a lot of confidence. I don't care what other people think about me. I feel like judgment, doesn't affect me because everything is perspective, right? People might perceive others in, a way that they say, oh, well, who is this person? Or, nobody knows me. They don't know my life. They don't know, what I've been through or what brought me here. And the same with everybody else,
Yeah.
right? We just never know. And so I never worry about what other people think. I have a lot of confidence, and I think that people, appreciate that.
Yeah.
So.
I love all 3 of those answers. And I couldn't help but think the whole time as you're speaking, like, have you always been this way? Have you always had like this incredible energy and excitement and passion for what you're doing? Like, does that make sense, Ashley?
Yes,
Yeah.
probably you were like a little girl that was just always smiling and
Like you're
with
not
your
gonna
hand
stop
up,
her.
ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You know?
Were you a
Bubbly
great
as
A+
ever.
student, A student?
You know what? I feel like I was always a finesser in
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
where like I definitely am smart enough to have gotten A+. I was in all like AP classes, but I also had a million things going on. I worked full time while I was in high school. I just had a lot, and so I did very well, but I wasn't like a goody two shoes by any means. Anybody from high school is gonna be like, no, I was popular, and I ran the blood drive. I was president of the student
course you did.
government.
I could fill in the rest.
Was
right?
very
Yeah.
involved, but no, I know. I have
Is it mom or dad?
a bubbly
that sort of,
personality.
Great question,
Was it
Ashley.
mom or dad that
Yeah.
sort of like
Good question.
led-
So my mom,
Yep.
so my mom passed away when I was young.
Oh,
And
so sorry.
but she was such an incredible soul and such a beautiful human, and I get a lot of it from her. So for sure,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But that made me who I am today.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Any adversity.
And you have 2 children?
I have 2 children.
Do you have a daughter or a
I have a
son?
daughter,
And a son?
she is so spectacular, and a son
Wow.
who's like athlete, like beyond. He's such an incredible athlete. My kids are amazing. I'm blessed.
Well, you're probably like their personal coach all day long.
All day long. I know.
It's
I teach them. I'm
in.
like, the word can't does not belong in your vocabulary.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm very. Yeah, they're awesome. We're very spiritual, and gratitude is definitely practiced in our household on a daily basis.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah, I think that's huge.
I had a question, but I think we can modify it a bit. But what's the biggest decision or change that you've made in the last year? Obviously, you've just made a big career decision.
Yes.
And we've already talked about the book. I hate to even say that, but is there anything else? Is there any
Oh, there's so much. I'm just like, my
you've
plan
changed
is
your whole
to,
life. You've written a book. What else have you done?
Yeah. I mean, my plan is to take over the world. And by take over the world, I just mean, help as many people as possible, right? My goal on this earth is to help others and make an impact and be a part of some of the most inspirational, powerful people, and helping them with their investments, helping them, really make an impact on this world. I'm big in the nonprofit space.
Yep.
I've been volunteering and donating and all the things my whole life. I got involved on a higher level in the last 2 years. With the pandemic,
on
boards,
yeah. Good
so
for you.
I'm a board of directors for a nonprofit organization called Space Movement.
Okay, we'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, Space Movement. Britt Bronson is the best.
Yeah.
It's an incredible organization, and it really supports mental health. And I think a lot of people do not talk about mental health, but during the pandemic with the isolation and just the whole world changed, right? So many people were struggling. And, they're doing an incredible job of building a community around, like, it's okay to not be okay, right? Like, so many people are so scared to say, like, I need to talk to someone, or I need help. I want somebody to lean on. We all need somebody to lean on.
Especially these children.
100%. And again, with being Buddhist, meditation heals.
Mm-hmm.
Yoga is almost a form of meditation.
How come I can't meditate? How come I can't relax?
Quiet the mind. I know it's so hard.
I think the money managers are better.
I'm like begging for advice on my own show, but like.
I got you.
Yeah.
Trust me. And the book is going to be
the book. I'll have to buy the book.
You gotta
buy a bunch of copies.
You gotta buy the book. Well, and so again, it's being able to be a part of an organization that's actually doing something so incredible in this world, which is helping others, giving back, right?
Yeah.
There are so many companies, so many founders of companies who've created, whether it's an app, a wellness app, or they've got a wellness drink, or just being part of some really huge things. I mean, that's to me is the goal, and that's something that I'm excited to be a part of. So I guess that's the other. If that answered your question.
Yes, it definitely did.
Okay.
It definitely did. But back to my other question. How do we relax? What do you tell people to relax? Ashley and I are both like, we need the answer.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, I will give you tips right now on how to relax. Okay.
I just feel like I'm constantly interrupted.
Yes.
And I try. It's all about breathing, right? It's all about your breathing.
Breath work is so powerful. Yes.
So would that have been in your top 3?
Yes.
What about
that was going to be my number
to me,
one?
it's like a glass of wine. The glass of wine is like, okay, this is
That's cheating.
This is the best I can do.
That's cheating, though.
Well,
that's
and
cheating.
the glass of wine is actually a placebo,
Yes.
right? It's whatever you believe will do it, right?
Yep.
If you have that one thing, and hopefully it's something that's, productive, that you enjoy, that gives you that release, that will trigger your mind. Again, everything is mindset.
Yeah.
And so if you like to drink water and that helps you relax, if you say, I'm going to drink this water, it's anything that's done with intention.
Yep.
Breath work is powerful. Trying to be in the present moment, right? Like, what's around you? Like, what do you hear? What can you smell? What do you taste? What's supporting you? Like, what are you sitting on? Those are ways to get back into your body. Because, with, again, your mind is speeding and a lot of anxiety and, all these things that come along with it, right? That's a very powerful tool to just be like, wait a second, I'm in the present. I need to just kind of forget about all this and get back to what's here and now. And so that's a great tool. But yeah, anything that's done with intention. If you say, I'm going to drink this water and it's going to relax me.
Yeah. It's incredibly powerful.
I don't drink water. I barely drink water.
98% of our audience
try that.
can't do this, but we'll try.
I think so many more people are, getting hip with like,
Oh, you're right. The headspace.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so huge. And again, being able to, I love being busy and I love working. I'm such a hard worker, and I need the reminder to shut off sometimes, because I've got clients in California and I'm up until 8, 9 o'clock at night some nights, connecting with them. And so I do, I practice this because I need it too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a busy single mom, 2 kids, working on 1,000 things and just helping others on so much more. And so that's how I became really good at it, because I was like, I cannot survive if I'm go. We all need a break. We need to rest and reset and recharge. Going on a trip and just kind of taking that break, putting your phone down, unplugging. I was away with the kids for school break.
Oh, awesome.
We had a beautiful house on the lake and just kayaking and paddle boarding and all the things. So important.
And Ashley couldn't put her phone down for this interview.
It was hard for me. I know.
She's like, I'm getting anxiety. I need to get
It's
it.
hard.
It's got to be closer.
I was on the ski lift with my kids texting Jack.
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding.
No.
No, but yeah, it's again just being able to kind of honor yourself and honor your space, and understanding that you do need a break and you need to rest and recharge. I think that's huge. So.
Great answer.
Super important.
Great answer.
Thank you.
We'll wrap it up, I guess, with a few fun questions.
All right. Let's do it.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
Ooh, favorite guilty pleasure.
And let's get a real answer.
Yeah,
I don't like the,
I love to travel. Is that a guilty pleasure? No. Okay,
No.
fine. Yeah. I like
something
to go
you're a
out
little
for
embarrassed
drinks.
about,
Who doesn't like to go out and have a good time? Something I'm a little embarrassed about. Okay.
Yeah. Guilty, like you're embarrassed, but you love it.
Okay. So I'm not embarrassed by any means, but this is, I'm confident. Remember? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
So I love cars. I love to race, and I will just for fun, just for kicks. I will drag race.
Oh my God. That is a great answer to the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I love
fun.
speed. It's just
Completely
so
unexpected.
it's the thrill.
That's a really good
That's
guilty
the highlight.
pleasure.
That's the best one we've had.
Blasting
Totally
my
unexpected.
music and just yes.
Safely.
Safely
Yeah.
and responsibly.
In Newton?
And no, not in Newton.
New Hampshire or
No,
something?
I drive back and forth to New York a lot.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
okay,
I'll
so you
just
just,
So in Connecticut.
Let it go
Yes.
on 91.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple long stretches right there. How about Ashley? Now it's your turn. Favorite guilty pleasure?
Ooh, I was actually thinking I have so many. I was I don't know where to start. I have G-rated, PG rated.
Ooh.
No, I
You're
would
more
say
fun than me. I could tell that from the
I
beginning.
grew up in New Orleans.
Oh,
Are you
yes.
kidding?
I love it.
I mean, Bourbon Street was a 15-year normal outing.
Oh, wow. I love it.
But for me, it's guilty pleasures are those moments that I get to steal for myself these days.
Totally.
With 3 kids, and I'm okay, I guess it's going to be a spray tan Botox and highlights.
The little things.
That to me is a whole guilty pleasure.
Totally.
But the work-life balance, I was thinking for you is probably similar to a lot of really hardworking women these days. Most of them are single, balancing and juggling
Yes.
the sports schedules
Yes.
and all that. So these guilty pleasures are just
Yes,
they're
you're
amazing
right.
when they
I
happen. You're just
know.
oh my God, I'm going to get into a hot bath with
So
a bag of
true.
gummy bears. And
The best.
that is the best guilty pleasure. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounds awesome.
Right?
Love it. No, and she's right. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
It shouldn't be a guilty pleasure. When you describe it, it's like a requirement. It's like we earn it. We
But
earn the time.
again, it's the little things when you're
Yeah.
a mom and you have no time for yourself, for sure. So
Yep.
yeah.
How about the last television show that you've binge watched?
That is a really good question. So can I say that I have not watched television in 4 years?
There you go. There's your answer. Yes,
I have
that's
not.
right.
Great
No
answer.
TV.
Yeah,
That is
no
a great
TV.
answer.
And I'm not
read.
surprised by that at all.
I
Are you?
read,
I'm not
I
surprised.
work,
Well, I
I
tried-
study, I learn, I grow. I spend time talking with good friends who I don't get to see, who live in other countries or, across the country. And we catch up, and that's
So no TV.
no TV.
Jack really wants us to ask him that same question.
No,
Yes, what do you binge
Because
watch,
you tell us
Jack?
about it every day.
Oh, We Crashed.
Yes.
No, I did binge watch that. Yes.
Trash.
I couldn't find
That's-
it last night.
It's on
television.
Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
and
No
it's
wonder.
about Adam Newman and Rebecca Paltrow.
Why don't you give him a shout out? Because
We'll
you
give 'em a
really
shout
do
out.
love
It's on.
that.
It's a great show, and It's about WeWork and their sort of exponential growth and exponential decline. Fascinating in your industry.
Interesting. That sounds cool. I could
So
I
I'm
would
sure
check
it's a
that
book
out.
first, right? If
Yeah.
you don't watch TV, you can read the book, I'm sure.
Okay.
But it's an interesting
Cool.
cautionary tale, but also exciting too, what happened with
Love
them.
it.
So he had great, tremendous energy, and it was really well done.
Wow.
So Ashley, how about you?
Oh,
Last show you binge watched.
okay. Well, I think we have to like start with the fact that if you ever are with me, I'm always watching CNN.
Oh yeah.
It's on
Good.
all the time. I go to sleep with it. I have anxiety if it's not on. It's like it's part of who I am. So CNN is just a constant situation. But I really, really loved Pretty Little Lies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was good.
I loved it.
I
Yes.
heard of that.
Yes.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I'm a little bit like Reese Witherspoon slash
I
like
love Reese
Nicole
Witherspoon.
Kidman. I feel
Yeah.
like I can sort of identify with all the moms in the show.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
It's like a murder mystery show, right?
Yes, and it
Is
was-
that based in California, like
Yes.
Monterey? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so I
yes.
used to live in the Bay Area, so I remember. I think I was living there when that show first came out.
But there's another one, Your Honor, that I got really
Oh,
into.
that was really good. That's
that-
in New Orleans.
Yes. A total
Interesting.
New
That was
Orleans.
Cranston. That's right. But if you haven't watched TV, you're missing all this.
Apparently, I'm
Especially,
missing out.
I don't know how I mean, now I could totally not watch TV, but during the pandemic, it was like the only thing to do pretty much. So,
Yeah.
but good for you. I like
you.
that. I like that you don't watch TV. How about biggest pet peeve, personally or professionally?
Biggest pet peeve, I would say, is cheap toilet paper. I know that sounds silly and ridiculous. No, I have a ton of other pet peeves.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Let's hear them.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can go on and on, but that is my biggest pet peeve.
Yep.
Is like
Cheap
I
toilet
cannot
paper.
like why
At somebody's
why
house?
what is
Why does
this
somebody do
What-
that?
why yes
Yeah.
You
anywhere.
can save money
I don't
in
care
that's
where
like
I
saving
go.
money in weird ways.
Yeah.
There
Yes.
is no need for that. Like
No.
I
I
am like
agree.
double, triple plush, like always. Like
Yeah.
I cannot. Anyway, sorry.
It's a good answer. What is your favorite season, favorite time of the year?
Ooh, definitely summertime.
Okay, great answer.
Yes.
We don't get a lot of those. They're
No, we
usually-
don't. We get a lot of fall.
Yeah.
I think because that's.
I
what's
think you have
unique
like
about-
beautiful olive skin, so it works.
Yeah.
Like the summer thing works for her. She can like rock her tan.
Yeah.
You know, I just wait. So I've lived all over the world, and I lived in all hot climates for 10 years.
Yep.
And when I moved back to Boston, I moved back at the start of winter, and it was just like, what did I do?
Yeah, big
This
mistake.
weather is really tough. And so the only thing that got me through was like, summer is so beautiful here. Summer is so beautiful here. So I just love summer.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a great answer.
Yeah.
How about what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. Ooh, these are really good questions.
We're trying. Credit to Libby and Lauren, I think, for these.
Oh my gosh, that was. I don't like to talk about fears, but
You know what? I just, my kids are,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
worry
I
about
don't
them
wanna
for
talk about
everything.
that,
My
yeah.
son is always like, Mommy, why do you worry so much?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want you to be great and, have an amazing life and don't, So,
I immediately thought of my children too. With the
Yes.
answer. It's
Yes.
obvious. Besides, we should add to the question, like besides anything related to your children.
oh, okay.
we don't have to for this one, but
Yeah, I don't
like
know.
phobias or
yeah,
something.
phobias. Those
Yeah.
are good questions.
I do have a phobia.
Let's hear it.
Yes. So it's agoraphobia. I don't know if it's pronounced agoraphobia or agoraphobia. Either way, it's fear of large crowds.
Okay.
I get really scared if I am surrounded by large crowds of people that
Yep.
are like bumping into me.
Yep.
So
and I
no
can't
Mardi
get near an
Gras. No
exit.
Mardi Gras for you.
No Mardi Gras. Definitely no Mardi Gras.
that's
No,
not
that's
fair.
out of the
Yeah.
question. But if I ever go to like a sporting event or a concert, I need to be backstage, VIP, like nobody near me, my
Yeah.
own section.
My
And
wife's
so
the
these
same
are
way.
like this is the criteria if I go anywhere. Like I can't be in like general admission. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I
like
can't
the
do
pit.
any of that.
The pit.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
pit.
anywhere near the pit. Like everyone's
Yeah.
like, let's hit the dance
Let's go
floor.
to
I'm
the
like,
pit.
no, I'm going to be right here
Yeah.
dancing, but just I'm not going out on that dance floor because there's too many people banging into me. So yeah, that's a big fear of mine.
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
How about, I know you don't watch television, but do you listen to the radio? And if so, what do you listen to the most?
I love music.
Okay, so music.
Yes, I love music.
Are you like a serious girl, or are you like
It
old
just
fashioned radio?
depends on my mood. I'm a
Are you playlist?
I'm a vibe. Yeah, I have
vibe.
multiple. I'm a vibe. I have multiple playlists.
Like what are you listening to right now? Like who's your favorite?
I mean,
Right now,
it depends.
song
Like,
number
what
one.
am I in the mood for? So I'm big on Sade. Like
Yeah.
I love Sade. But I also like. So I have two kids, and like I'm cool because of them, right? And so
Right.
they've got whatever is mainstream right now. So yeah, I mean,
Everything Kiss 108.
everything, yes, everything. Top 40s, I would say. But I'm actually really into hip hop, which most people are surprised by. They're like, "You look like a country girl," and I'm like, "No, I really love hip hop." And I just
So that's what you're blasting in the car.
Oh, when I'm speeding, 100%. Yes, 100%. But it all just kind of depends on my mood. But yeah, I mean, I love a range of music, but I would say I listen to a lot of what the kids make me listen to, which I enjoy, right? I just love having
so
fun.
much more fun. We have
and-
dance parties in the car.
dance parties all day.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
How about you, Ashley? Favorite radio station?
I'm a big playlist girl too. So, and I love like Shazam. Do you
Shazam,
Love
yeah.
do you use
Shazam.
Shazam? So
Yeah.
like
Yes,
everywhere I
yes.
go, I'm always like the girl that's like randomly like holding her phone up. Like
What song is this?
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm a big Shazam girl. But I would say lately I've been 103.3 like rock and roll. I'm a big 80s girl.
Love
So
it.
I do Sirius 8. My favorite right now is Fancy That, the
Oh, yeah,
Applebee's,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I've changed the word
Yeah.
to not Applebee's to Ashley B's.
Okay.
I make all the kids sing Ashley B's.
Yes.
And so that's like an every
Cue the
morning.
music.
That's
Love
every
it.
Jimmy,
morning.
Lauren, somebody,
I even have the baby like on demand.
Making the moves.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
God. Love it.
So I'm a big music girl.
Yeah, same.
Definitely.
How about, this will be our last question. Last gift that you gave someone.
Ooh, last gift that I gave someone. I'm trying to think.
I really think this reveals a lot about somebody.
I love that question. I'm not just saying that. Like,
Yeah.
I love that question. I just did something.
So Ashley's already teed up for her.
Oh, yes. Okay, so my best friend is getting married in October, and I am the maid of honor.
Awesome.
Yeah, really, really excited. And we went, bridesmaids dress shopping and wedding dress shopping, and I saw this cutest denim jacket with pearls all
stop.
over, covered in
So
pearls.
cute.
And in the back of it, it says wifey, written in pearls.
That is cute.
And I've got
She's
it for
gonna
her,
love
and
it.
I dropped it off at her job. She's obsessed. She's like,
Oh,
look
that's
how
so
cute
cute.
I look in this.
That
She's
is
so
cute.
excited. So yeah, being a part of her wedding is going to be incredible. But I loved that I could, get that for her. She was excited. So
Great present.
That's a great present.
Ashley, how about you? Last gift that you gave someone?
So it was my very best friend's birthday the other day, and I mean it's kind of emotional because she had cancer a couple years ago, and we realized like right then and there like how important experiences are, and to do experiences together. So we decided to ride the PMC together. We would travel together. We went to London together. We just always would. Oh, we went to Tom Petty's last concert at the Jazz Fest
wow,
together.
yeah.
So it's kind of one of those hard situations. Like I'm like every year I'm like, what do? I have to do an experience, because that's what we do together and it's fun. So, anyways, I did a night at Fenway for a summer concert.
Oh, perfect.
And I let her pick because the lineup
Yeah,
is
there's a
so
bunch of
great,
them,
and
yeah.
everybody has. So I
Which one did she pick? Do you know?
She hasn't picked yet.
No, yeah.
But I put together this whole Red Sox package.
Yep.
And then like
Love
Red
it.
Sox balloons, and I did all the Red Sox candies and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, it's a night at Fenway, and
that's so fun.
yeah, I just was
that'll
like,
be awesome.
keep it like real. We haven't been to a lot of concerts lately.
And it'll be here before you know it. It doesn't really feel like it, but we're almost there.
Yeah.
We're almost in
Or
the
it could be a Red
summer
Sox
season.
game.
Could be.
I gave her either a night at Fenway, so she gets to decide.
That's awesome.
Well, this was awesome, Caroline. I'm so thankful for you to be here and join
It
us.
was so
And
nice.
huge
so
congratulations on the book. What's the title of the book,
Thank
by the
you.
way?
Okay, so are you ready for this?
We're ready for the title. Drum
All
roll.
right. Woo. So the book is called Goals Gone Wild.
Goals.
I love it.
So if you
Goals Gone
remember
Wild.
Girls
That's
Gone
easy to remember.
Wild, right? Of course,
Yeah.
everybody knows what
It's a
that
great
is.
Did you think of that title?
I did.
Wow.
I made it up myself. And so, Girls Gone Wild back was like, all these beautiful
Yeah.
girls,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
just
of
doing
course.
just being crazy. And this is like, what, we're beautiful women, but we are bosses and we are chasing our goals and
Yep.
we are crushing it. And, again, the book is all about being limitless. And so that was where I got the title from.
Great title.
Great
Thank
title.
you.
You've obviously accomplished a lot of goals.
No, it's
So
very
we are
exciting.
really impressed, and What an interview.
Yes.
Thank you
This
so
was so
much,
wonderful.
guys.
And Caroline, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Ashley, thank you for hosting us
Thank
here.
you,
This is
Jack.
wonderful. And we really appreciate everybody for listening. And we'll catch you all on the next episode. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening to the Touchstone Showcase.